Welcome back to Fempreneur Diaries, the podcast where we dive deep into the journeys of women who are breaking barriers, proving, proving that success isn't just a destination, it's a journey. Now, if there's one thing that binds people together, it's food. And today's guest has taken that love for food and transformed it into something extraordinary. She didn't just start a restaurant, she curated experiences. Tim Tim has become the ultimate spot for sushi and all things Pan Asian, while Wabi Sabi blends food, art, and culture like a masterpiece. Meet Shruti Bansal. She's the visionary behind two of Ahmedabad's most loved dining destinations. And today, we're getting into it all: her journey, the challenges, the lessons, and of course, some behind the scenes. Miss Shruti, welcome to Fempreneur Diaries. I'm so
Thank you.
excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's my pleasure. And it's very exciting for me that, I've also been here and, being interviewed by
Yeah.
you. And I hope we have a nice chat today.
I do. So, let's rewind a little. Let's go back to the time where you had that idea that I want to start a restaurant, and starting two restaurants together, not just one. How was that?
So when it started, obviously it went step by step. So the vision was not with the restaurant first, it
Okay.
was to have a retail store.
Okay.
And then when we saw Ahmedabad as a city,
Yeah.
so we felt that how can we get people inside the store? So
Yeah.
we had the vision ki okay, then it's the food.
Yeah.
What Ahmedabad loves is food.
Yeah.
So let's have a
Definitely.
cafe.
Yeah.
And the cafe turned into a restaurant because we felt that there was Pan Asian or maybe this
Yeah.
cuisine which we could curate it and get something different to
Definitely.
Ahmedabad. So then we had a thought, and then that's how Tim Tim came into picture. And then slowly, then it was like Wabi Sabi, and then the third venture was TBH at the mall. So that's how we are going step by step. So yeah.
I really love that. I think that's actually true. Something that Ahmedabadis love the most is food. I think apart from the adventure thrill places and heritage culture that we
Yes,
have in Ahmedabad,
yes,
food is something that we all love.
yes.
And your cafes are actually very unique. I think Tim Tim is very, it's providing us with such a unique cuisine. I mean, it has sushi, it has Indian, and it has Japanese. So it's all thing mixed, and it does not feel like a khichdi to be honest, but it feels so nice. And Wabi Sabi, it's really amazing. It's a very new experience because we don't see art cafes, so I think that's very unique and one of a kind in Ahmedabad. But I really like the names as well. So what's the story behind Tim Tim and Wabi Sabi?
Okay. So actually, when we got a list of suggestions, I really didn't like it much. But then after listening to it, it just stuck into my head. The rest of the names never stuck. So then Tim Tim did. And it has a very cute meaning to it. It means cheers.
Oh, that's
So
different.
it's happiness, and happiness and cheers something. So it actually left in behind, ki, yeah, it's a very nice name, so let's stick to it. And then when it actually came into picture, then I just not you, there were like n number of people coming up and asking me what does Tim Tim mean. It's such a unique name. So then it is like, oh, that's a nice name, plus it has a really good meaning to it. So it's a beautiful meaning, plus a name which will always be in your mind.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It did stuck through
yeah,
actually.
it does. After a while it does. So then yeah,
It's
that's
very
how.
rhyming as well, and then the repetition really
Yes.
looks good. And what about Wabi Sabi?
So Wabi Sabi, I wanted to have something like when we sat as a team, we thought that we'll have something related to uh, art. So
Yeah.
it means imperfection
Okay.
in a beauty. So
Oh,
when it's a beauty, it's always artistic. It can be artistic, and it
okay.
is related to art as well. So
Yeah.
and every art which I feel is there is a beauty, but also an imperfection in it. So that's
That's
how we like the name Wabi Sabi.
I think that's very, very raw to be honest. But it's very nice. I
Yeah,
mean, and even the place, it's very nice. I mean, you can draw anything you want, you can
yeah.
paint anything you want, and the staff as well is very, very helpful,
Thank you
very
so
nice.
much. Thank you so much for that.
So, when you start something like a restaurant. It's never like a Pinterest journey, right? There are late nights, there are endless calls. How did you manage to, and how was that journey like starting something from scratch?
Actually, it was very exhausting, very, very exhausting because we were very new to this industry when
Okay.
we started with the whole journey because we were also learning. And I always tell we are still learning when
Yeah.
I am in this journey. And a lot of support obviously was from my in-laws, my partner, my husband, my parents, friends, everyone. But yeah, it is, you take step by step.
Yeah.
You cannot take everything at once is what I
Yeah.
feel. There are always challenges. You got to take it step by step. So if there is something related to the staff, we deal it with that. Then obviously there's customer satisfaction where we are heading it wrong. So I always feel in being in this industry, it's always very important to keep your customers happy
Yeah.
and to serve them what they want.
Yeah.
So me and my husband, we were there standing every day after, like, as soon as it was 7, we used to be in the restaurant standing. Okay, the customers used to come. We used to go personally take feedback. We used to monitor the feedback. We used to see what the customers are liking. And if they are not liking anything, what better we can get for them,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel that, a personal interaction with the customer plus constantly keeping the feedbacks, monitoring the feedbacks, and always interacting with the staff and also teaching them the right way
Yeah.
helps a company to grow better, or at least being in this industry is what I have learned that it's very important.
I think that your efforts really paid off. I mean, today it's really successful, I must say. And I mean, it's really good way that you could retain your customers. And then I think that in the restaurant business, especially in Ahmedabad, whenever we have like a new place or a new restaurant opening up, people rush to that.
Yeah,
So having people come back to your place and to your restaurant, I think that's a big achievement, especially in this place and then in this city. But let's talk about how you manage two restaurants. And then you also have a third venture in Palladium. So how do you manage everything while also having a personal life? And
yeah.
do you have like a mantra to strike a balance between everything that you do?
So obviously you need a great team for that. It's a
Yeah.
teamwork. When we are having like maybe one or two or three or maybe multiple ventures, it's very important to have a team.
Yeah.
So the struggle is to always keep the team happy and
Yeah.
also keep them constantly keeping them motivated to do right.
Yeah.
So again, you need to have a one-on-one conversation, be it with your head chef or be it with your manager, where we are going wrong, how can we make things better, the customer satisfaction. And obviously retaining a customer is a very big task in this industry, as you have
Yeah.
mentioned. So the constant creativity is very important. Today, once the customer is gone,
Yeah.
it's gone. So
Yeah.
we do a lot of what do you call pop-ups, if you can say, or
Yeah.
constantly, on maybe on social media, we try to do the contests or something, so that we also have a interaction with our customers in that way as well,
Yeah.
so that we give them an opportunity to get back and try the new things we are
Yeah.
doing. And as I mentioned, creativity, because you cannot have the menu like, yeah, we have just started with this menu and we can just not go with this
Yeah.
menu. We constantly have to get something new,
Yeah.
because that's how the customer will come back to you.
Definitely.
Once or twice you have eaten, you would also want to have something different again.
Yeah.
So that's how you revamp the place or revamp the menu and get new things, for the customers.
So when we talk about social media, I really love Tim's social media. I love that you are on the social media. Like, it's not someone else, and I think that you personally coming to the ground level and providing people with something to look at. And I think that for the engaging part, it's definitely amazing. Coming to the place itself is a vibe. I feel like I want to go back there every day.
Wow.
It's really amazing, and I think that you blend Tim's vibe with Wabi Sabi. Is very, it's very natural. I feel like you have this wall mural there as well, and it's so interesting to look at. And then the whole place where you've designed, like you talk it, you call it swaggerina, right? If I'm
Yeah,
not wrong.
yeah.
It's all really amazing. So when you started the whole business, I'm sure there would have been a moment where you say, "Oh my God, where did I sign up, or what did I get myself into?"
Good.
How did you overcome those feelings, like where you felt like, okay, this is too much. I don't feel like I can do it anymore. Were there any moments like that?
There were so many moments when they were like that, because there are in any business.
Yeah,
It's not even in just my business, because it sometimes it becomes overwhelming.
yeah,
Sometimes your efforts are not being answered, or you're not getting the result. So you
definitely.
constantly keep asking, what next, what
Yeah.
can I do better?
Mhm.
Or maybe at certain point I'm done with it, I don't want to do more of this, let's go to something else.
Yeah,
But then when you that's again momentary.
yeah,
You just cannot just run away from it, or you cannot just stay in this.
yeah,
So what I personally believe is constantly building new things or getting new things motivates me a lot.
yeah.
So if I'm happy with this result, I again think what next I can do. If
Okay.
I'm not happy with a
Like,
maybe a decision what
yeah.
I have made, so I always try to think the plan B I have kept.
Okay.
Maybe it is not in the execution part,
Yeah,
but I always try to have a plan B,
yeah,
behind key. If this will not work, then what can I do?
yeah.
Or if this is working, what next I shall do to make it better, or
Okay,
maybe make it bigger.
okay.
So yeah, to answer this, I guess it's always the path. Like if I'm happy with my decision, yes.
Yeah.
And always the customer interaction helps me a lot. Like
Okay.
as you mentioned that you love the space, you love the vibe.
Yeah.
So when we also had the picture of Swaggerina, as I mentioned to you, the box, the Wabi Sabi was a retail store which
Okay.
had all the gadgets, fancy gadgets, which we tried
Oh,
to get. So we
okay.
created the space to create that vibe for Gen Z. They can
Yeah.
come here, because the food also what we had was like just not Pan Asian. We had a lot of Korean, and again, Gujarat being a market where there are 80 to 90% of vegetarians. No one had this in this cuisine that
Yeah.
time, but now there are many players. As you see, the competition also
Definitely.
increases. So yes, so it's always what we feel is the Gen Z, the youth. We have to create something better and good for them, because that's how we are
Yeah.
also the economy is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they are driving the economy for us as
I
well.
agree. I agree. I mean, completely. I mean, India having a very big youth population,
Yes,
definitely. I think that you
yes.
found your target audience pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. So we always say the target audience for us is like 15 and goes till 30-35, because
Yeah.
the food also is curated in that way. Because still I've seen people coming up, to have tteokbokki, to have
Yeah.
the ramen, to have the hot pot, and they love that food. And I'm very happy to even see the even the elders trying those things and
Yeah.
coming up to me, आपका खाना बहुत अच्छा है, आप लोग की सुशी बहुत अच्छी है, ये हॉट पॉट तो हमने फर्स्ट टाइम ट्राई किया, ऐसा तो डिश ही नहीं खाया है. तो it also motivates us to get
Definitely.
better and bring something like this, to people
Yeah.
here.
I think that you've mastered the taste as well. That's what people come for. But I completely agree with the Gen Z part. I think that all of my friends and me as well, I'm completely attracted to the place. But so if there's someone who wants to start their own restaurant, not maybe in Pan Asian or something like Wabi Sabi, just in general, like
Okay.
someone who's trying to come into the F&B business, what's one piece of advice you would give to them if they had no clue about where to start? They just have this idea in their mind.
Okay. If someone who wanted to start
Yeah,
a venture like Wabi Sabi,
yeah,
so it's more when you're creating such a if you want to come into this industry and have a vibe, the vibe is the most important thing,
yeah,
because people come for the vibe over there.
yeah,
People want to come spend a time which, from apart from their hectic schedule,
yeah,
they want to have a relaxing session, or they want to have a fun session.
yeah,
It's just not coming with a group of friends. We have a lot of birthday parties also, and we have a lot of celebrations
uh-huh.
where people just don't want to come and eat.
Yeah,
So we wanted to have something with related to art. It's just not painting also.
yeah,
Sometimes instead of just picking a brush, it's more than about sharing that experience. Today I'm here sitting with you, we are just holding and brushing. you don't know what kind of a conversation we start having, because
Yeah.
your minds are so relaxed. You actually feel very good once you have accomplished that, the art or the talk, you feel much better. So the vibe is very important. Obviously you need to be constant in creating new ideas over there,
Yeah.
because you cannot just stick to one thing, that this is what I have done and dusted. You also need to interact with your customer ki main naya kya lau aapke liye, what can I get you better in this,
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
And obviously a constant revamp to the space, and your staff should also understand what you are giving and providing to your customers. So constantly, revamp, constantly teaching them, that is the right way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say this is what I would advise, ki you need to create a nice vibe in
Uh-huh.
the space.
I think that when I walked into Tim Tim, the vibe was very cozy. I mean, but then Wabi Sabi being completely opposite, but then it was not negative opposite, it was positive opposite. And then when I went into Wabi Sabi, I loved that they had like very good music playing on, and then people were painting, and even the staff was very very nice. So and then for Tim Tim, I think that you have the lighting, especially when you walk in, it's very cozy. The landscape that you painted on the wall as well, it's so amazing. It definitely does create a vibe.
Yeah.
So when you started to, go in the restaurant business, there must be a lot of things that you had to give up, right? You must have made a lot of sacrifices, right? What's one big sacrifice that you think led to success of Tim Tim Wabi Sabi?
A sacrifice, what I feel is, obviously, what there was the year when Tim Tim started, I also got to know that I've conceived.
Oh, that's
So
that's
it
really.
just shook me back. I also feel I really couldn't enjoy my pregnancy, because also, but I was happy, not
Yeah.
enjoying it also, but also enjoying my entrepreneurship journey.
Yeah.
So it was not a give up
Yeah.
always. It was, I was happy with it. Obviously, I couldn't give much time to my husband, because we both were juggling into work and, constantly trying to get better, because we were new
Yeah.
in this field. So we had to learn a lot, we had to make changes and take quick decisions also at times, that, this is not working, let's switch to the other thing what we had thought, maybe this might work.
Yeah.
So yes, there was a time when we had to compromise a bit on, giving time, or the time for each other, and obviously, the enjoying the pregnancy part also.
Yeah.
Yes, that was pretty much what I would say that leads. But I guess every entrepreneur has to go to this thing when you are starting something new.
Yeah.
So it's a part of the journey. You shall cherish it. So I cherish it totally. And I'm very happy with whatever I've learned, whatever mistakes I have done, and then, making it better and working on it constantly, and then thinking what next to go.
I think that your answer here proves that we have a powerhouse interview with you, because especially being a woman, and then your answer just makes everyone, like, it's a point to prove that women can do so much. And I mean,
We can do a lot.
you created something so amazing.
So
It's very
much.
amazing. I mean, I really respect that.
Thank you so much.
Because
Means a lot.
I mean, I think it would have been very hard for you, like, I guess, because I'm not really sure how that experience was. But um, despite of that, creating something this amazing, it's very very nice. So, are you up for some fun, quirky questions?
Sure.
Okay, so I have a few questions. You can give like one word, one line answers, whatever you wish.
Sure.
So, one dish you could eat every day.
It's the dim sums.
Dim sums. Okay, I completely love it. I'm a
Yeah,
big fan as well.
I can eat them every day. Yeah, or even the tetbokki. I guess I can eat it every day. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, I love the spicy tanginess to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
One underrated dish on your menu. It could be either from Tim Tim or Wabi Sabi.
Uh, I would say actually there's one or two appetizers
Okay.
which are underrated and people still don't know. So they are the we have just launched the new menu like few months back. So they
Okay.
are the edamame money bag. They are amazing, but people don't know how amazing they are because they are not aware of it. So they are like, it's like the flavors of
Yeah.
edamame with truffle oil, and the crunchy part outside is just amazing. So I really feel that's one underrated dish. And also I can say few to say that are bowls,
Okay.
maybe the laksa curry bowl or the Thai curry bowl. People because don't have a much taste to the Thai curry, but I feel we do a good, really good Thai curry because people who have tasted, we have always got amazing reviews on it.
I've tried Thai curry bowl. It was very amazing.
Yeah,
It was
so it's
very
good that we
amazing.
have it, and we don't see much, people having the coconut taste to it. So maybe that's the reason why. But yeah, I feel
But I
those.
think that you've added like an Indian taste to it as well.
Yeah,
So I think you've reached like the perfect balance.
yeah,
And I'm definitely coming back to try it now.
surely, please do.
So, what's your favorite restaurant apart from Dim Dim and Wabi Sabi?
Okay, so it's not maybe here. So I am actually a very big fan of South Indian cuisine.
Okay.
So there are many restaurants in the south,
Okay.
name it, in Hyderabad. So it's like Simply South is there. Then there is obviously chutneys. There, so there is called the sapar, which they
Okay.
say. So there's the South Indian meals, which
Okay.
in in the southern part, that's
Yeah.
like a meal, like how you call a Gujarati thali. There's
Yeah.
a always a a South Indian thali as well.
Okay.
So I'm a very big fan of it. So it's like you have a lot of curries, you have the paratha or the puris there. There's a lot of rice
Yeah.
variations as well. Then there's a sweet dish. There are one or two sweet dish. So it's like I can eat it as much as possible because I'm a fan of it.
That I love dosa, to be honest.
Yeah, but people don't know it's just
Yeah.
not dosa, but it's also that because just have it, then you'll
Yeah.
understand. Then there's this mirchi that's
Okay.
actually done it in the curd.
Oh,
So that's
that's
actually amazing to have it with the rice when you add the papu dal and you have the mirchi. So
yeah.
it's amazing. It's like the best thing, and I can have it like every day. I miss the most also, if you
I
see.
think the mirchi is very unique, but
Very unique, and over here also there are few restaurants who does it, but obviously how you say over here the dhoklas and
yeah.
the khakras and theplas are there.
Yeah.
In the south it's like that, but
Yeah.
that is better, that's it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if not the restaurant business, what would you be
Oh, good question. So I always ask that to myself as well, ki what would it be if not this.
doing? Yeah.
um I'm also very curious. Actually, I was all I before getting married, I was into like corporate life. So if
Yeah.
not that, I guess that might be the route. Like I was a business analyst,
Yeah.
it might be that part, or else it could be again something related to creative field, maybe
Okay.
not teaching as well, maybe related to kids and teaching, something
Okay.
like that might be. Because I as I told you, I keep asking myself, if not this, what can I do?
Yeah.
So that would be my first thing, getting back to the corporate,
Yeah.
starting again, or maybe that would be the thing, or maybe I would have continued that.
Yeah.
If not that, it could be something related to the educational field or creative field, related to art or something like that, for the kids.
Yeah. So I think that what do you like? Are you happy that you shifted from corporate to the restaurant business?
um if I say yes right now,
Yeah.
but also it's scary also at times, because the corporate life is like, हाँ ठीक है, 5 to 8 you are working, you
Yeah.
have a, you have a like a surreal and a settled life,
Yeah.
you don't have a lot of tensions, you don't have you have targets over there surely, but you don't have a risky life, you
Yeah.
say. Like when you are in a business, it's like there's a lot of risk, there's a lot
Yeah.
of challenges what you face, and then there's a lot of what do you call, push you
Yeah.
always need to give yourself to get back to it. You can just not be like in corporate. It's not that corporate people don't have, it's always there over there also.
Yeah.
I see people working hard so much when I was also into it, and it's not easy also.
Yeah.
But obviously when you have your own enterprise, you are the manager, you are the worker, you are the social manager also, you will be the accountant, you'll be everything at once. So you learn everything over there.
Yeah.
So you don't know many fields, but you still try to gauge, try to learn, and try to get better at it.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
how you grow, I feel.
I think that entrepreneurship itself is a adventure, but
Yeah,
I think it gives you the thrills as well,
it
right?
does give you thrills because it's like some days they're amazing, some days they're so low, and then you don't know what to do next, but at the same time you have to do something also new.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of learning and a lot of challenges, as I mentioned to you, because you, if you're the boss also, you're not the boss, very
Okay.
frankly.
Yeah.
You are the worker as well,
Yeah.
you are the employee as well, or you can say you're the accountant, the server, the manager. You have to be at, sometimes you have to be in the kitchen also, being the chef. So you're everything
Yeah.
when you are
I think you
into,
learn a lot as
you learn a
well.
lot as a person. So yes, I'm very happy that, if not in the corporate, I'm right now an entrepreneur, or maybe in this journey of business and
Yeah.
this thing. So yes, I'm very happy because I've learned a lot in this journey. I've learned a lot, and I'm seeing myself grow, and it feels really happy.
Yeah. But I think I'm excited to start something of my own now after this conversation.
Please do. And you're doing so well right now as well. Like at your age, I didn't know what to do. Very frankly, I was just doing ki, "Ha, okay, what next? What education I have to pursue? This, that, and all." But we didn't have this, maybe this being such
Yeah.
creative options at
Yeah.
maybe that time. And it's really happy how the youth is doing, and how they are actually being so creative and trying new things. So it really feels
I think
happy.
it's a new experience for all of us at the
Yeah,
same time.
totally, totally.
So, one last question. Do you choose Wabi Sabi or Tim Tim?
Yeah. I'll always say Tim Tim
Yeah.
because it has different sentiments and some emotions attached to it.
Yeah.
Because you say the first baby,
Yeah.
so that's always been, the first baby,
Yeah.
and always that's how we have known for. Right now it's like Tim Tim wale ja rahe hai, Tim Tim auntie hai, ya Tim Tim wo hai. So I have a name attached to it. Obviously there's nothing like Wabi Sabi isn't my baby, but Tim Tim is something I have, those emotions attached to it, and the learnings what we have got from it, and obviously the cuisine. I guess I vibe better with that cuisine more, I
Okay.
feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tim Tim will always be the first one, but I will not say that Wabi Sabi isn't. So Wabi Sabi is equally important, and we work on it. But given a choice, would be Tim Tim.
I agree. I agree. I would choose Wabi Sabi though because it's more of my vibe.
Yes, maybe. That's
But I
great.
really love that.
Thank you.
Shrishti, this has been such a vibe. I mean, I love how you're not just creating cuisines, but you're creating experiences and you're creating memories for everyone that comes into your restaurant. And to everyone tuning in, if this episode inspired you or made you even a little hungry, make sure to subscribe, share, and tag us with your favorite moment. This is Fempreneur Diaries, where ambition wears lip gloss.